Video opens on a slow, continuous shot moving through a hyper-detailed, rain-slicked alley in a futuristic city. The only sounds are the gentle hum of neon signs and the patter of rain on concrete. The camera focuses on a reflection in a puddle, showing the distorted lights of the towering skyscrapers above. Voiceover. There is a feeling that visits the master, the expert, the veteran. It's a quiet dread that lives in the heart of competence. You've spent a decade, maybe a lifetime, honing a craft. You've sharpened your instincts, you know the patterns, you can feel the rhythm of your work in your bones. You are, in your domain, a king. And then, the world changes the rules. The ground shifts beneath your feet. A new technology, a new philosophy, a new generation emerges, and suddenly, the tools that made you powerful feel heavy and obsolete. Your sharpest instincts now lead you astray. This isn't just a fear of being left behind. It's a deeper, more personal crisis. We'll call it the veteran's blindness. It's the condition where your greatest strength, your experience, becomes the very thing that prevents you from seeing the new world clearly. Today, we are going to look into the mind of a man who mastered this new world not by becoming a part of it, but by understanding its soul. By the end of this transmission, you will hold a key, a piece of wisdom from an old ape in a new jungle, that will teach you how to see the present for what it is, not what your past tells you it should be. You will learn how to turn your own experience from a cage back into a compass. The camera continues its slow drift, tilting up from the puddle to look down the long, empty street. A single, lonely figure walks under an umbrella far in the distance. Phase 2. The problem, have you felt it? That subtle friction. You're in a meeting, a workshop, a conversation, and a new concept is being discussed. It moves at a blinding speed, built on a foundation you never had the chance to lay. The language is different. The assumptions are different. You find yourself nodding along, but inside, a quiet alarm is sounding. The map you've carried for so long, the one you drew yourself through years of trial and error, it no longer shows the territory you're standing in. You feel a strange mixture of pride and panic. The pride is in your own proven methods. I know what works, you tell yourself. These new, flashy things are just fads. The fundamentals never change, and you are not entirely wrong. But the panic is there, a cold whisper beneath the confidence. It asks, but what if they do change? What if this time, it's different? Think of the master carpenter, whose hands know the soul of wood, now faced with a world of 3D printed polymers and generative design. He can join two pieces of oak so perfectly they seem to have grown that way. His skill is undeniable, a form of art. But the client no longer wants an oak table. They want a cantilevered chair made from a material he has never touched, designed by an algorithm he cannot comprehend. He can try to apply his old rules. He can talk about grain and tension and the beauty of imperfection. But he is speaking a dead language. His expertise, once a source of immense value, is now a barrier to understanding. He defaults to what he knows, critiquing the new from the perspective of the old. He dismisses it as soulless, plastic, temporary. And in doing so, he makes himself irrelevant. He isn't just failing to solve the new problem, he is failing to even see the new problem. This is the hidden cost of the veteran's blindness. It isn't just about falling behind. It's about being locked out. Your hard-won experience, the very thing that forms your professional identity, calcifies around you. It becomes a beautiful, ornate suit of armor that you can no longer remove. It protected you in all your old battles, but it's too heavy to let you move in this new one. And the most dangerous part? You can't see the bars of your own cage. You believe you are standing on a foundation of wisdom, when in reality, you are trapped in a fortress of your own past success. The world doesn't stop for you to catch up. It simply roots around you, leaving you alone in your magnificent, empty castle. The scene shifts. We are now inside a minimalist, high-tech office. Holographic displays flicker with data streams. The rain streaks down the massive window overlooking the city. We see the back of a man with distinctive, gray, spiky hair, looking out at the storm. This is Aramaki. Phase 3. Solution: to understand how to navigate this, we must turn our attention to one of the most quietly brilliant minds in science fiction, Chief Daisuke Aramaki of Public Security Section 9. In the world of Ghost in the Shell, a world saturated with cybernetics, artificial intelligence, and the blurring of lines between human and machine. Aramaki is an anachronism. He is a man of the old world. He is almost entirely biological, save for his cyberbrain. He doesn't have the superhuman strength of Batu or the god-tier hacking abilities of the Major. He is, by all measures, an old ape surrounded by a pack of chrome-plated wolves, operating in a digital jungle he can never physically master. And yet, he is their undisputed leader. He is the one who directs them. He is the one who protects them. He is the one who wins the wars they fight. How? Aramaki's genius is not in trying to compete in the new jungle. He knows he cannot outrun the cheetah or outfight the tiger. His wisdom lies in his profound understanding of the jungle itself. He operates from a level of abstraction that his more specialized, more powerful subordinates cannot. He has traded tactical superiority for strategic supremacy. His philosophy, his solution to the veteran's blindness, can be broken down into three core principles. First, is the principle of the unchanging core. Aramaki looks at a complex cybercrime, a political assassination carried out by ghost-hacked cyborgs, or an existential threat from a sentient AI, and he sees through the technological noise. He knows that no matter how complex the delivery system, the motive is almost always timelessly human. Greed. Power. Revenge. Fear. Ideology. While his team is tracking IP addresses and analyzing code, Aramaki is tracking the flow of money and mapping the webs of human ambition. He knows that technology is a powerful tool, but it is still a tool wielded by a human, or something with human-like desires. The technology changes, but the motivations behind it rarely do. This allows him to anticipate moves that seem illogical on a purely technical level, but make perfect sense from a human one. Second, is the principle of asymmetric leverage. Aramaki never fights strength with strength. He knows Section 9 cannot win a direct war against the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or the entire Japanese military. He is always outmanned and outgunned. So, he doesn't play their game. He applies his unique assets to the enemy's unique weaknesses. His assets are not state-of-the-art weapons. They're things the New World often forgets: political favors, institutional knowledge, blackmail, bureaucratic maneuvering, and a deep understanding of public perception. He will defeat a powerful politician not with a bullet, but with a perfectly timed leak to the press. He will neutralize a rival intelligence agency not by hacking them, but by using an obscure legal precedent to tie them up in red tape. He leverages his old world skills to create bottlenecks and traps in the new world systems. He finds the one loose screw in the giant machine and applies just enough pressure to make the entire thing grind to a halt. And third, is the principle of the comm center. In a world of instantaneous information and high-speed cyber warfare, everything is about reaction time. The Major can process data in microseconds. The Takekomas can calculate firing solutions in nanoseconds. But Aramaki is slow. And this is his greatest weapon. While everyone else is caught in the dizzying loop of action and reaction, Aramaki remains the calm, observant center. He detaches. He waits. He gathers information from all sources, trusts his team to do their jobs, and makes his decisions with a deliberate, unhurried clarity. In a chaotic system, the one who can resist the urge to react immediately is the one who holds the true power. His patience is not passivity, it is a strategic instrument. It allows him to see the whole board while everyone else is fixated on the next move. Think of it this way. Aramaki is the captain of an old wooden sailing ship in an age of nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. He cannot win in a direct confrontation. He doesn't have the speed, the armor, or the firepower. But the aircraft carrier captain only understands engines and missile trajectories. Aramaki understands the ocean. He knows the hidden currents, the trade winds, the patterns of the storms, the shape of the coastlines hidden by fog. He uses the fundamental forces of the world itself to outmaneuver the more powerful, but less knowledgeable, opponent. He wins not by fighting the enemy's ship, but by using the entire sea as his weapon. This is Aramaki's wisdom. It is not about clinging to the past. It is about identifying what aspects of the past remain true, and leveraging them with precision in the present. The scene shifts again. We see a close-up of a hand, an older hand, writing with a fountain pen on high-quality paper. The desk is organized and traditional. The contrast with the holographic city outside is stark. Phase 4. The application. This philosophy is not just for cyborg section chiefs. It is a practical guide for anyone feeling the ground shift beneath them. It is how you, the veteran, can learn to see the new jungle. Here is how you can apply Aramaki's wisdom, starting tomorrow. Step 1. Conduct an Aramaki audit. Identify your unchanging core. Aramaki's strength is his humanity, his knowledge of politics, his strategic mind. These are skills that transcend technology. You have them too. I want you to take out a piece of paper, or open a new document, and ask yourself this question. What do I know how to do that would be just as valuable in 1924 as it is in 2024, and will likely be in 2074? Don't list specific software you know or processes you've mastered. Think deeper. Are you a master negotiator? Can you de-escalate a tense situation? Are you an exceptional storyteller, able to weave a compelling narrative that moves people? Can you think with long-term, second-order consequences in mind? Can you mentor young talent and bring out the best in them? Write down 3 of these timeless, wooden ship skills. These are your anchors in the storm of change. They are the core of your value, independent of any trend. Recognizing them is the first step to leveraging them. Step 2. Practice calculated ignorance. Define your jungle. Aramaki doesn't need to know how to ghost hack. He needs to know what it is, what it can do, and who is capable of it. He consciously delegates the tactical details to his specialists. This frees his mind to focus on the strategic picture. You must do the same. The feeling of being overwhelmed comes from the belief that you must master everything about the new landscape. You do not. For the next new challenge you face, a new project, a new technology, a new market, I want you to perform this exercise. Draw 2 concentric circles. In the small, inner circle, write down the things you absolutely must master. This should be a very short list. This is your core responsibility. For Aramaki, this might be, maintain Section 9's political independence, or, understand the Prime Minister's true agenda. In the larger, outer circle, write down everything else you only need to understand. You don't need to know how to code in Python. You need to understand what kinds of problems Python is good at solving. You don't need to be a social media expert. You need to understand the basic emotional drivers of the platform your company is using. This act of calculated ignorance is liberating. It allows you to strategically allocate your most precious resource, your attention. Focus on the what and the why, and find trusted experts to handle the how. Step 3. Deploy the observation post technique. Master the pause. Aramaki's office is his observation post. It is a place of calm from which he watches the storm. Your mind can be the same. Our modern world pushes us toward immediate reaction. An email arrives, a notification pings, a crisis erupts, and the pressure is to respond now. This is where the veteran's outdated instincts can be most dangerous. The next time you are faced with a high-pressure situation that demands a quick decision, I want you to deliberately create a pause. Even a short one. You can say, I need a moment to review the data. Or, let me consider the angles on this and get back to you in 10 minutes. Use this pause not just to think, but to observe. Watch the other people in the room. What are their emotional states? What are they revealing in their haste? This small pocket of calm you create for yourself is a massive strategic advantage. It allows you to switch from being a piece on the board, being moved by events, to being a player, observing the entire game. Your calm will not only lead to better decisions, it will project an aura of authority and control that others will respond to. Step 4. Find your Section 9. Cultivate asymmetric alliances. Aramaki's ultimate asymmetric weapon is his team. He, the old ape, has surrounded himself with the most advanced cyborgs and hackers on the planet. He did not see them as a threat to his authority, he saw them as an extension of his will. His wisdom guides their power. You must do the same. Ask yourself, who are the cyborgs in my life? Who are the people who possess the new world skills that I lack? They are not your competition. They are your potential allies. This week, your task is to identify one person in your professional or personal network who is a native of a new jungle you find intimidating. It could be a younger colleague who understands social media intuitively, or a data scientist who speaks the language of algorithms. Reach out to them. Don't ask for a favor. Ask for their perspective. Take them for coffee and say, "I'm trying to understand your world better. Can you explain it to me?" Listen with genuine curiosity. Build the bridge before you need to cross it. Your network of specialists, a team that respects your core wisdom while complementing your tactical blind spots, will be your single greatest asset. This is how the old ape doesn't just survive the new jungle, he comes to rule it. The scene shifts to an iconic moment from the 1995 Ghost in the Shell film. We see Aramaki on the phone, calm and resolute, navigating the political fallout of the puppet master case. The visuals are intercut with shots of the Major in her high-stakes, violent confrontation. Phase 5. The proof. Does this philosophy actually work? The proof is woven into the very fabric of Aramaki's story. Consider the climax of the original 1995 film. The Major is on the front lines, engaged in a brutal, physical, and existential battle with the puppet master's proxy. It is a conflict of the new world, a battle of cybernetics, hacking, and questions of consciousness. This is a fight Aramaki could never, ever win. He would be destroyed in seconds. But simultaneously, another war is being fought. A silent war, waged over phone lines and in sterile government backrooms. This is Aramaki's war. He is battling Section 6 and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, who created the puppet master and are now trying to eliminate both it and Section 9 to cover their tracks. He is using his political capital, his knowledge of their secrets, his sheer, stubborn refusal to be intimidated. The Major's battle is tactical. Aramaki's is strategic. Without the Major, the puppet master could not be confronted. But without Aramaki, Section 9 would have been wiped out by their own government before the Major even got close. He provides the political cover, the strategic container, that allows his specialists to do their specialized work. He wins by playing a completely different game, on a board his enemies didn't even know they were standing on. This is not just a clever piece of fiction. It mirrors a fundamental truth about how we, as humans, adapt and retain value over time. In psychology, there is a concept of two types of intelligence. Fluid intelligence is your ability to reason, think abstractly, and solve novel problems. It's raw processing power, and it generally peaks in your early 20s. Crystallized intelligence, on the other hand, is the accumulation of knowledge, facts, skills, and experience. It tends to increase throughout your life. The young programmer with lightning-fast reflexes for code has immense fluid intelligence. But the veteran manager who has seen a dozen projects succeed and a dozen more fail has immense crystallized intelligence. The veteran's blindness occurs when the veteran tries to compete on fluid intelligence, a battle they're destined to lose. Wisdom, the Aramaki path, is learning to apply your crystallized intelligence, your deep knowledge of patterns, of human nature, of strategy, to guide and direct the fluid power around you. Look at one of the greatest investors in history, Warren Buffett. He is an old ape in the hyper-modern jungle of global finance. He famously avoids investing in complex technology companies he doesn't understand. He is not trying to compete with the 20-something venture capitalists in Silicon Valley. Instead, he applies his simple, timeless, unchanging core principles. Invest in businesses with a durable competitive advantage, run by honest people, at a fair price. He uses his deep, crystallized understanding of value and human psychology, specifically fear and greed, to navigate a world that is obsessed with speed and novelty. His results speak for themselves. He leverages his wooden ship knowledge of the fundamental ocean currents of business, and he calmly sails past the high-tech battleships as they chase the latest trends over the horizon. The logic is undeniable. In any complex system, from a company to a society, there is a fast-moving surface layer of tactics and trends, and a slow-moving deep layer of principles and human nature. The specialist lives on the surface, and is vulnerable to every wave. The wise veteran, the Aramaki, learns to live in the deep, using the slow, powerful currents to guide their path. They are not just resilient, they are anti-fragile. The more chaotic the surface becomes, the more valuable their deep perspective is. The final shot returns to the rain-slicked city at night. The camera is still, simply observing the flow of traffic and the lonely lights in the windows of the towering buildings. The atmosphere is melancholic but peaceful, a sense of quiet observation. Phase 6. The call to action. The lesson of the old ape and the new jungle is not to fear change, but to change your relationship with it. It is to stop seeing your experience as a monument to be defended, and start seeing it as a lens through which to find clarity. It is about the quiet confidence that comes from knowing what is essential, and what is merely noise. Aramaki's wisdom is about leveraging timeless skills in a world of constant flux. So now I ask you to share your own. In the comments below, I want you to share one old ape skill you possess, one piece of your crystallized intelligence that you believe will always be valuable, no matter how much the jungle changes. Let's build a library of timeless wisdom together. And if you believe in exploring these intersections, between the old soul and the new machine, between philosophy and the future, then you belong here. This is what we do. Join the signal. Subscribe to Digital Ghost. This journey into navigating a new reality, of leveraging an old identity in a new world, connects deeply to the feeling of being a stranger in your own skin. To explore that feeling of alienation from the self, the next transmission you should receive is our video, The Uncanny Valley of the Self. Is your personality an algorithm? It is a necessary next step in this conversation. The link is on your screen now, and in the description below. Thank you for your time.